Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Kansas City for one last time. We're in the lobby of the Aladdin Hotel right across the street from the Municipal Auditorium. With me, I have head coach JT Burton. JT, disappointing loss tonight, but one of the best 8 teams in the country.
I know to a lot of people out there, maybe including the players, it may be disappointing, and we may think it was disappointing, but I don't see it that way, Justin, man, because, it's one of those things where you think about it last Tuesday, from 8 a.m. one Monday, we was waiting on the parents to come out. And we had no clue if we was going to get in. And I didn't think we was going to get in. Well, found out around 6 o'clock. Players did not know. We had a little viewing party. And lo and behold, we got at the 12 seed. And that 12 seed from good old small St. Catherine's I put on the Facebook, ended up going to the Elite 8. We got beat by a better team tonight, but the guys fought hard. It was something that these guys will never forget. And it was fun, man. It was a lot of fun.
As far as the game goes, JT, missed a lot of big shots. Got out-rebounded. Probably one of the first times all year we got out-rebounded.
Yeah, it was a good team, man. I mean, they're a really good team. I mean, they fought hard. They hit the boards hard. They crashed the boards. They don't make too many mistakes either. And one thing that they do well is run that transition at break. We call it the sideline break. They run it pretty good, and we just, our legs kind of went out from us. We got kind of tired and fatigued at the end. We still cut it to double digits with like 3:28 left to go. But hey, hats off to Mid-American Nazarene. They did a really good job. Coaches got inducted to the Hall of Fame this past weekend. So hey, home team. So it was a good game.
Positive going into the next year. You get a couple kids back. You do lose 4. You will have a couple kids back, a couple kids that were ineligible this year will be coming back for the squad. So, good foundation to build on for next season.
We have Lorenzo Dewberry, who we decided to set out the red shirt. He come in qualifier. We had Brandon Bob Jones, who's an undersized forward. He just decided to set out because at the time, sure, we had a few kids and we was pretty good, And then we got 6 seniors. We got 6 seniors in Raymond Austin, who I got him from West Virginia Tech, I'm a state, and into the Division II program. He was labeled a certain kind of guy. He came here and changed. And you got Dominique Roy, who was walking behind us a little bit. That kid, he came here and Dominique, some of these guys weren't getting recruited by nobody. Justin came here, had a great season. It was unfortunate to blow his knee out. We'll talk about the seniors later, but list goes on and hey, it's been a good ride, man.
Yeah, whatever the case, it was a good run here in Kansas City. I'm pretty sure that next year, if we get back out here, nobody's going to not know who we are. They'll definitely know who we are this time.
It's funny because you talk to people. It's our second time. We came in 2011. You talk to people, and some of these people have come to this tournament for 60 years, 30 years, 20 years, whatever, and they were like, "Oh, I know it's your first time, and you've done a really good job, and we'll follow you." And I'm sitting there like, "We came in 2011." So 2011, like I said before. We took we was all we was all ready to go because we had a bullseye on the back, but this time we was out public. They had me and my girls, Alexis was on a big thing dancing for having a good time, and people noticed that. So we made our mark, that's for sure, across the country.
Maybe next time they'll get our name right. They've only spelled it 4 different ways since we've been out here. So hopefully the next time we come out, they can actually put our name right in the program.
Yes.
Well, JT, it's been a pleasure. It's been a great run. Thanks to all the fans back at home for supporting us out here. We've had some great support from everybody. I know we've gotten plenty of text messages from people telling us the broadcasts weren't working. So we got all that stuff straightened out. People were able to watch at home. So.
Yeah, I want to say before, I don't know if you're going to close, but to everybody in Springfield, everybody who's a part of I call it the SEC Nation. Now, it's this, I want to say thank you because, I had some of the guys come up and talk about how their Twitter account has grew over 100 people following down and, getting Facebook requests and Instagram messages. It's been a fun ride. Without you guys, we couldn't, you supported us in raising money, giving back to the college. You supported us in throughout the season, even when we was at our lowest of lows sometimes. Right. I want to say thank you guys from my team, my staff, and myself. Personally say thank you to everybody who contributed in any way when we did the roadblock, whether it was money, whether it was a text message, whether it was anything. Thank you guys for helping us out. We really appreciate it. And it's been a very, very, very fun ride. And when you see those guys, not me, you see the players out at McDonald's or 5-Star, anywhere around town, please, pat those guys on the back, because this is something that they'll never, ever forget for the rest of their life.
This is big for Springfield, you think, by the fact that there are less than 3,000 people in town, including the college.
Oh, it's, Justin, it's been recruiting. Let's talk about recruiting. Over the past 3 days, I got a Facebook message from a kid from Spokane, Washington.
Right.
Wanted to come to school because of this. Got one of the kids named Jeeves Jules, who's at another college right now, congratulating, but he's got another friend that wants to come who's interested. Got my guy from out in California. So it's going to help the school in a whole. So if you catch this on YouTube or you catch this on whatever media, social media it is, St. Catherine's is a great place. The slogan is not just college, it's home. It's a great place. It's nice, it's small, everybody loves each other. And if you come to play any sport or rather just go to school there, it's a great place to come. So if you think about coming to a school, come to St. Catherine, Kentucky. It's really nice. We made it out to Elite 8, so the sports is great. The men's baseball team is doing well. They're second in the conference. It goes on and on. We got wrestling now, so hey, if you're out there, you look for a school, cover St. Catherine.
And that is wrestling with an E. I want to emphasize that. And we're not wrestling next year. We still have a few people that believe we're going to be jumping off the top rope, so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
But, once again, JT, great run. Congratulations on your team being this far. One of the best 8 teams in the country, obviously. So.
Justin, man, I know in closure, man, I want to thank you guys for doing this. You made it a lot of fun.
It's been fun.
And my assistants, I got to give them a big shout out, man, because you got 3 former players,
right?
Who, and Terrence Withers, who brought me out here as a player, Brandon Johnson, who was playing at the time in 2011, and then Arthur Latham. Those guys, they don't get paid the big bucks. They got to work a lot of hours, and the job is not done because you got to finish up academically. You got to make sure the guys go to class. But I want to say thank you guys. Thank you to those guys for helping me out, and my manager, Chris, a.k.a. Slim. That kid, he did a really good job. He kept his grades up, and thank you to everybody who helped me out, man.
Well, it's been a pleasure, and just so you know, Tehran reassured me he's actually going to come to class on Monday, so it's going to be interesting.
Yes. Hey, I'll tell you what, man. We're going to sit down. I always have exit meetings with those guys. We have individual meetings with those guys and with the seniors, and try to see what they got going on. I try to show these guys they got to graduate. They got to go to class. Hey, the rules still don't change, guys. You go to class on time, sit in the first 2 rows. You don't wear hats, and you be prepared. If not, you got to see me on Monday morning.
And I've told you several times this season, it's you've had a lot of great kids here, but this is the best group of individual people you've had all year. I mean, for the time that I've been here. So it's been great to work with these guys. They're fun to be around. A lot of guys, even the radio guy when he interviewed us before the game today was talking about how fun Omar is and how interesting it is to be around Omar Skinner. So
those guys have changed. It's one of the hardest things. I said it at the end. I told these guys keep their head up because this is something that they'll never forget. And I asked them to do one thing, and it was the hardest thing ever. That's for everybody. It's to change the way you do things, change the way. And I tell you what, some of those guys, all of them did, in some aspect. And thank you to those guys, a tribute to their parents and everything as well.
All right, well, Patriot fans, keep watching. We will have some exit interviews for you with the senior Patriots leaving. Stay tuned. Baseball and softball season is in full swing, like JT alluded to earlier. Our baseball team is currently second in the conference with a 2-1 series victory over the Bluefield Rams, and that's where softball is really starting to pick things up a little bit. And pitching is getting there. She's got a young team that's going to turn it around before this thing's over with, and. So, Patriot fans, stay tuned to the Patriot High Network, all the Facebook accounts you can, and
you can't forget about Joan, Coach.
Joan Reiser kicks her season off tomorrow.
Yes, good luck, Joan.
Not tomorrow, but Monday.
Yes,
Monday
yes. You can't forget Joan.
It is tomorrow. Okay,
yes.
Well, Dylan is all over it like always. It is Joan will kick her season off tomorrow.
I got you, Joan. I got you.
Golf is on it tomorrow.
Yes.
And the bowling team, we just found out, our men's bowling team. Okay, men's bowling team made the national tournament.
That's
women's bowling team finished way ahead of the men, and they got eliminated. from contention to even getting to go, but our men's team somehow gets to go. So
That's big time, man.
Larry has no idea how his team is going, but he's happy to be there with them. So
That's
men's
big
team
time.
is going to the national tournament. It'll be their first appearance in the NAIA national tournament.
Yeah.
So they are us, and well, they're not us in 2011 because we were 14 seed. They are the last seed in, that's for sure.
Hey,
So
as long as you get in, you never know.
you never know what'll happen when they get in there, and his guys do bowl well. So we'll see what happens. All right, well, Patriot fans, good night to you, and farewell from Kansas City.